Welcome back, friends, and in continuation with the last class, we'll now see some base 15 addition. So, base 15 addition, we have got digits 15, digits are there, 0 to 9, and then 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. These are the values in decimal. So, 0 in base 15 is 10 in decimal, and E in base 15 is 14 in decimal. So continuing like this, so we have E is equals to 14, and then 13, then 12, 11, 10, then 9, 8, 7, etc. Let us see an addition. We have AD plus AE. So that's AD plus AE. This comes out to be 16C. How is that? Let's see. First of all, D plus E. So D and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E. Alright. So we write out the corresponding values in pentadecimal or base 15. So D plus 0 is D, D plus 1 is E, E plus 1 is 1 0, 1 0 in 15 base. Then we have 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6, 1 7, 1 8, 1 9, 1 A, 1 B, and 1 C. Notice here, so 1 C corresponds to the eth number from D. 1C corresponds to the eth number from D. So we have C, and this 1 will be carried over to the left side, just as you do in case of 19 plus 1 is 20. Okay, so that's 9 plus 1 is 10, then 0, carry 1, and that's 1 plus 1 is 2. Similarly, that's what you do in decimal. Similarly, so if it is 1C, then C and the 1 will be carried to the left. So now we have carry, so A plus A, then carry 1. First of all, let's do A plus A. A, then we have to count A more. So A, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A. And that corresponds to A. A plus 0 is A plus 1 is B, A plus 2 is C, like this, plus 3 is D, E, then F, then E, and then obviously after E there is not F, sorry, there is no F here, E, and then we have 1 0, E plus 1 is 1 0, just like you had here, E plus 1 was 1 0, similarly here, E plus 1 is 1 0, then 11, then 12, I beg your pardon, I'm wrong here, I actually should not call this 11 and 12, this is 1 1, then 1 2, then 1 3, then 1 4, and then 1 5. Okay, so A plus A becomes A plus A in pentadecimal or base 15 becomes 1 5 in pentadecimal. Then add to that 1, which is the carry here, add to that 1, and you have 16. Not 16, beg your pardon, once again I'm wrong. I keep saying 16 and 15 and all of that. Sorry, there is no 16 here. Actually, A plus A becomes 1 5, and then plus 1 is 1 6. So it's 1 6 in pentadecimal or in base 15. And so together C and 1 6, so it becomes 16C. So that's 60. Sorry, it becomes 1 6C. So that's 1 6C. Let us just verify that using decimal. So verify using decimal. AD is base 15. When you change it to decimal number, what you do? You take from 0 the successive powers of 15. This is actually a decimal representation of the base. You take successive powers and you multiply it with the units place, then the 15th place, like this you go on. Okay, the first one on the right, then the next one, the next bigger one on the left, like this it goes on, and the power of 15 goes up, increasing from 0. So in this case we will have 15 to the power of 0 multiplied by d, which is actually 13 in decimal, plus 15 to the power of 1 multiplied by a. Okay, a is nothing but 10 in, it's not, a is nothing but 10 in decimal. So we together have 150, because that's 15 to the power of 1 multiplied by 10, that's 150, multiplied by 13, because 15 to the power of 0 is 1, 1 multiplied by 13, 13 is d in de, that 13 is the value in decimal, d is the corresponding value in pentadecimal, as you can imagine. So this is 1 multiplied by 13, so that's 163. Then come to AE. Similarly, we have 15 to the power of 0 multiplied by E, which is 14 in decimal, plus 15 to the power of 1 multiplied by A, which is A is 10 in decimal. So we have it together 1 multiplied by 14 plus 10 multiplied by 15. Okay, just like we used to have here, 10 multiplied by 15. Let's do 164. Now 163 plus 164 actually gives you 327. Now when you try to convert 327 back into base 15, so this is a decimal number and we have to divide it successively by the base we want to convert it in, until and unless we reach a 1 remainder. So, or a remainder rather, not a 1 remainder, a remainder which is lesser than the base. So let's see, 15, so 327 divided by 15 is 21 and the remainder is 12. 12 is actually C. Okay, so you can imagine 12 is C, as you can see here. So 14, 13, 12. 12, this one is 12. From this side 9, then 10, 11, 12. So C is 12. So here the remainder is 12, so that becomes C. And then when you divide further 21 by 15, you get a quotient of 1 and remainder of 6. And remainder of 6 is the same. So it's this 6 in decimal is also 6 in pentadecimal in base 15. And so we have, then how do we actually write out? As you already know, we write out from left to the top, left to right and to the top. So like we have 16C, so 16C, right, which is basically our answer. So the same thing as this. So that's an example of base 15 addition.